Hi all, Les from FutureFX. I'm just going to take you quickly through what FutureFX is, what we offer, and the benefits of being a FutureFX member. Because we now have a membership program which costs 50 Australian dollars per month, and these are the benefits of being a member. You get access to trading education, that's manual trading and automated trading software education. You get access to private PAM trading accounts. So if you don't know what a PAM trading account is, it stands for Percentage Allocation Money Management or Money Module. And although it's not actually, the best way of thinking about it is it's a pooled trading account. Everyone has their own PAM investor account. The PAM manager has access to trade those accounts, but no other access. So you remain the only person that has access to withdraw your funds. Quite often, there are a lot of different PAM accounts out there. It's usual for them to charge a 20 to even a 50% performance fee. And all that means is that the money manager gets to keep 20 to 50% of the profits made. And there's nothing wrong with that. The PAM manager is the one that's doing the work and bringing the expertise. So they're obviously not doing that for nothing, so they deserve a cut. We're going to keep our FutureFX PAM down to only a 10% performance fee. We also, other fees that PAM accounts can charge is they can charge a deposit fee, a withdrawal fee. There can be minimum deposit amounts, maximum, and minimum withdrawal amounts. There can also be monthly management fees and all of that. We're not charging any of that. We do have a 1% withdrawal fee just to cover, those sort of costs. But other than that, the only fee is our 10% performance fee, meaning that if no profit is made, then no fees are charged. One of the other benefits of being a FutureFX member is a 40% discount on all of our FutureFX automated EAs. So at the moment, and well, we're well into November now, so all year, so almost 11 months, FutureFX has been operating just selling automated trading softwares. And the cost of those softwares is 500 Australian dollars for a yearly subscription. By being a member, you get a 40% discount on that. So, straight up, that's $200 savings. So, and I'm just going to throw this out there. This isn't necessarily, or definitely not what I recommend, but if all you want from FutureFX is to get your hands on our automated trading softwares, then you could become a FutureFX member for $50, purchase the software with the $200 savings, and then you can cancel your membership. That's not what I want people to do, but I'm not going to stop people from doing that. All I would suggest, though, is that during that month where you are a member, make the very most of it. Okay? Join in on all the Zoom calls, do all the education, ask us a million questions, and make sure you know as much as you possibly can about trading that particular software and how to use it effectively. And that's because as automated as the trading softwares are, some education on how to use them most effectively is needed. And that goes for any automated trading software out there. If you can learn how to use it properly and have a basic understanding of trading, then you're going to get better results. Okay, other benefits. Free use of our FutureFX Advanced Trade Manager. Now, a trade manager is just a software, not unlike an EA, that manages your trade. It's just used for manual trading. You still have to decide where and when and how to enter the market. But the advanced trade manager, it has features to manage the trade after it's placed. So without getting into it too much, for example, it'll automatically place a take profit and stop loss. It has profit lock features, partial closes, trailing stop losses, and all of that to manage your trade after the fact. Live Zoom calls with the software developer. Okay, don't undervalue that particular point. I've used over the years a lot, and I'm talking like a serious lot of different automated trading softwares through a multitude of different companies, and never once did I get to jump on live Zoom calls with the software developer. Well, that's not true. I have been on Zoom calls with the software developer, but never in a situation where I could talk almost one-on-one, or at least ask questions and get a sensible direct answer from the developer whenever I wanted. So that's pretty valuable. We're going to have live Zoom calls on using automated trading software. So that'll be when you purchase a software, it comes with a playlist of videos on downloading, installing, settings, how to use it, all of that. But we're going to have live Zoom calls on it as well. Anybody that purchases software, that they automatically get a Zoom call to help them set it up if they need it. But we will regularly have Zoom calls available for anybody that wants to jump on to specifically talk about specific softwares, and whatever you want to talk about, how to set them up, how to use them, what specific settings do in detail, and all of that. We're also going to have live trade calls, so simply jumping on a Zoom call. Sometimes we'll be talking about manual trading, sometimes about using some of the FutureFX softwares, but we're just going to actually trade live manually or trade live with the software. And we'll talk, in the case of manual trading, we'll be talking about, doing technical analysis on the chart, what we're looking for in order to enter the market, and how we're going to enter that market and manage that trade after we've entered it. So we're going to talk about that and actually do it live on the call. And likewise with the softwares, even though they're automated and all that, we're going to talk about why and when and how we're going to use it, all the specific settings we're going to use in conjunction with that, and actually do it live on the call. The reason for doing it live on the call is simply so people can get a better understanding of exactly the process of doing it. Okay, you can do all the training under the sun and still not quite know how to put all those individual bits together. So we'll do that. And the other advantages of a live trade call is, if you chose to, you could simply see what trade the person running the call does and just copy that trade. Simple as that. So that's another way you could earn. We're also going to have live manual trading education as well. And what this one here is, education on risk management / money management. Now, that's going to be a big part of it. You're probably going to get sick of us talking about that. But risk management in, talking about risk management with trading is probably one of the major factors that'll make the difference between you being successful and not. And when I talked about our manual trading education being basic education, it is enough for you to become a profitable trader. If you can also get a good grip on risk management, having your mindset in the right place so that you can not only trade the way you've been trained to, but implement the right risk management. Learning this trading education is relatively easy. The risk management side of things and having your mindset correct is harder. It's not technical, but it is harder in the fact that it takes practice. Okay, it's impossible to get this section of trading correct without, a reasonable amount of practice. Simple as that. And money management, same sort of thing, really, but it could really relate to anything, not just trading. And having good money management practices can make the difference between, having success and losing money. Now, what I'm talking about is you, with good money management skills, could invest money in a platform or anything at the same time that a friend of yours does. Your friend doesn't have good money management skills. And at the end of the day, or at the end of the investment, he may have lost money and you may have made money. And the only difference may be the way you manage that money and manage that investment. So we will be talking a lot about that. Now I'm going to go through just quickly, although this is sort of doubling up because I stole this slide from another presentation. These are the different ways you can earn from trading with FutureFX. And that's PAM, the PAM accounts. And that's good because it's completely hands-free, fully managed for you, and therefore passive, and therefore you don't need to have any actual experience. Using FutureFX EAs, okay? There's an extra cost because you need to purchase them, and there is more education required and more setting up and all that, but very, very handy. One of the big advantages of having the EA yourself is being able to use it the way you like, using the risk you like, and what a lot of people do is use it to trade prop firm accounts. Manual trading. Obviously, you can manually trade without FutureFX, but if you use the education we provide and the advanced trade manager to improve your manual trading, you can earn that way. And the live trade calls, as I said, to further your learning, but also potentially just a way of copying trades. So that's essentially the different ways to earn with trading through FutureFX. Now, I'm going to give you an example of the potential of earning from trading and the potential of compounding those earnings. Now, I do always balk at giving an example because giving an example does sort of set an expectation, a precedent, if you will. And I want to be clear on the fact that this example, as any example with trading, can only be an example because there can't be any guarantees, because trading isn't something you can give guarantees with. If anybody is, there's something dodgy going on. But for this example, we're going to pretend in the example that we're making 3% profit per week. If we start with a $1,000 trading account and we make 3% per week and we compound that result, after 1 year, we will have $4,650. That's the account balance. After 2 years, 21,000. After 3 years, we would crack the six-figure mark. And after 4 years, we're pushing pretty close to the $500,000. Oops. Now, while those figures are accurate, and if you had $1,000 and you made 3% exactly 3% every week, these are the precise figures you would end up with. But as I said, this is only an example to show the potential. In actual usage, you won't get 3% a week. Even if averaged over those 4 years, you did average 3%, that's more likely going to be something like 10% profit 1 week, take a 2% loss the next week, a couple of 3% profit weeks. There's going to be a lot of difference, much better results and much worse results. So that is going to have an effect on these results. Sometimes that effect will be, a positive effect, sometimes a negative effect. And also, with our money management education, we're really going to be teaching you not to do this. Okay, and what I mean is not to put money into an account, leave it compounding for 4 years and hope it all works out well at the end. Okay, because a lot can happen in 4 years, and that's just, not good money management. So without getting into the money management too deeply, roughly what I would be doing is that sometime during this first year, I would be withdrawing at least $1,000 so that I've recouped all of my initial investment, and therefore have no actual financial risk left. And then, during the second and, third and fourth years, I would be setting up a regular withdrawal. So, maybe during the second year, I might, start withdrawing, $500 every month. On the third year, I might be withdrawing $1,000 every month. So I'll be doing a regular withdrawal at least once a month. And as time goes by, I would be increase the amount of that withdrawal. So I'd still be allowing my account balance to grow, but I'd also be increasing how much I withdraw each month. And that way, no matter what happens, you've recouped your initial money, and then you've withdrawn profit regularly. So you've not only made profit, but you've realized profit. If you haven't withdrawn it, you haven't realized it, so you've only made it on paper until you can pull it out and put it in your back pocket. All right, guys, so that's it. That's that example. That can only be an example, but I think it's important for people to see the potential, not only of trading, but of compounding. And remember, this example is on a 3% profit per week. Now, what we're looking at here is the actual results we've had from our PAM trading account since we started it on the 30th of September. So we're looking at just over 7 weeks worth of results for 38.85% profit. And so that's averaging just over 5% profit per week so far. Now, just to be fully open and honest, I'm definitely not trying to set a precedent, even though I've given you an example and then I've shown you that the results are actually higher than that example. I definitely can't make any guarantees that average would stay at 5%. I'm just not going to do that. I know a lot of people do, and they exaggerate and they allow their hopes and wishes to interfere with reality. But all I'm going to do is continue to show you the actual results we have. And in all honesty, I probably don't expect to continue to average 5% long term. So I could show you other trading accounts that I have had for longer than this, but I don't want to do that either. I want to show you the actual PAM account that we're using and the actual results. And what we're going to average long term, we'll just have to wait and see. So far, it's been really good, 5% per week. In a year's time, we'll see what the average is then. And we just got a little summary up here. Today, which was actually yesterday, we made 2.89% profit for the day, which took the weekly tally up to 6%. But the month result, even though we're in the third week, is only 10%. So this week's been good. The last 2 weeks were very slow, but the total tally for this year, which is only 7 weeks, is 38%. So that's where we're at, and that's what we're looking at for the PAM accounts. But that's about it for FutureFX, guys. If you've got any questions at all, just ask, of course. And also ask about when we have Zoom calls coming up. We have them regularly, so it's always good to jump on Zoom and ask questions and get, any queries you have at all answered, right from the horse's mouth, so to speak. All right, guys, thanks for having a look, and I'll talk to you all later.